Awayithandi awayifuni
NUMSA yo NUMSA
ayiwafuna amaphutho
NUMSA
asiwafuna amakhapeta
NUMSA
lesohlale sohlale
yo NUMSA.
Hi, everybody. We are back for another episode of Workers' Power. Today, we are focusing on the burning issues affecting workers at the Road Accident Fund. And we're having a conversation with the sector coordinator of RAF, Comrade Robert Seroka. So stay tuned for more. Good day and welcome to another episode of Workers' Power with yours truly, Ms. Parks. And today, of course, we are talking about things related to the working class, and in particular, our topic is going to be focusing on a burning issue affecting our members at the Road Accident Fund. This channel likes to focus primarily on issues affecting our members at NUMSA, and it does seem that there is an issue that we need to focus on regarding the Road Accident Fund, which is why today I have the pleasure of hosting Comrade Robert Seroka, who is the sector coordinator for the Road Accident Fund at NUMSA. Welcome to Workers' Power, Comrade.
Good morning, Comrade Parks, and thank you very much. Also, morning to your viewers at home.
Thank you so much for being on the show. So, Comrade, you are the sector coordinator of Road Accident Fund. You also coordinate aviation. You also coordinate the cleaning sector. You've actually got quite a wide portfolio. Yeah. But today we're just focusing on Road Accident Fund. We hear there are some serious issues at Road Accident Fund. Can you tell us what's the situation?
Thanks very much, Comrade Parks, again. I think it's not only you that have been heard about the various issues that actually has been affecting workers at Road Accident Fund. This emanated from the Section 189A of the Labor Relations Act that has been served by Road Accident Fund to our members in 2022, which it was facilitated by most senior commissioner of the CCMA by the name of Hansi Shiman.
Oh, this was the Section 189 that has to do with restructuring, right? They're restructuring the workflow. They were restructuring the workplace. That's what I recall. Exactly. And there were going to be some changes to positions. So talk to us about that process. Did it proceed? What happened?
The process proceeded, and it proceeded from the start. In fact, the company have flouted the process, but we happened to manage to correct them that actually Section 189A states that when you serve the letter, you must serve to the union that is organizing within the establishment and including any other employees that might be affected. Means that actually even those who are not members of the union. That was corrected by the CCMA, including ourselves, the way we managed to touch the company, how does the act works. So the process proceeded. Unfortunately, it was abandoned by the Road Accident Fund.
When did they abandon the process? They
abandoned it, I think, on the 1st of February 2023.
Okay.
Whereby, when the commissioner conciliating or mediating into this particular process, he or she looks as to whether or not there is a prospect of success of saving the lot of work that might be affected. Now, the company actually deliberately said, according to the law, at least 4 meetings shall take place. But they are no longer interested to proceed to the further consultations, but they stopped at the 4th meeting. Okay. And the company wrote the letter to the CCMA and including all the consulting parties, claiming that they have exhausted the whole avenues. And the commissioner indicated as well in writing that according to them, CCMA, they believe and they've seen that actually is the company that terminated the proceeding.
Okay, so they abandoned it, but now why has that become a burning issue for workers?
It's a burning issue, Comrade Parks, that after they abandon the process, the company proceeds with the process outside of the ambit of the law.
Oh, I see. So they are continuing to restructure.
They continue to restructure, but they are restructuring now. It is no longer governed by the Labor Relations Act. And the first point that actually I can give it to you is that they want to continue to outsource the call center agents from the Road Accident Fund to the third party.
Right.
And we said that cannot be correct because that actually becomes to be natural changes to terms and conditions of these people.
So in other words, these workers are permanent now. They're now going to be contract workers?
They are reporting outside of the road extent fund into the third party.
No, that's
but their employment is still with road extent fund, but they are managed and supervised by the third party.
Oh, I see.
Which is not for free, by the way. Because also the third party will have to claim money from the road extent fund for the work that actually they are doing for the road extent fund.
Jeez.
Whereas it does have their call center agent, but you outsource that kind of a work to the company that actually is financially bleeding. Financially bleeding in the sense that right now, as we speak, Comrade Parks, majority of the victims of the road accidents, they are still actually sitting without being paid the money for the accident that occurred during the roads.
And in fact, isn't that also part of the problem? Because they have not paid the claimants, right? We have a situation where those who are owed money send sheriffs to attach property. Isn't that so? Is that still a problem at Road Accident Fund?
Look, this has been even confirmed by the judge president of Mpumalanga, Judge Francis Lohori, in a judgment last year, 2023, whereby he went further to order punitive measures against the CEO, being Collins Letsoalo, who becomes to be a god unto himself in this Road Accident Fund. Also against the board of directors of Road Accident Fund, and also against Road Accident Fund as a company. That the judge filed that actually they are the one that they deliberately failed to represent the company, whereby the victims, through their lawyers, they just go to court, and the Road Accident Fund does not have anyone to represent because he, Collins Letsoalo, has terminated the panel of attorneys that they used to represent RAF in any case. Therefore, the claimants of the victims of the people who, in fact, happened to their leg card, whatever the case may be, when they claim, there is no money to pay because, in fact, the company does not have money anymore. So that's a big problem, a big challenge that actually we are saying is a trading on majority as NUMSA as it is in this fund, that we can't sit and look at things happening like this without having anything to do.
Yeah.
So we have been actually hands-on of this company. So the panel, the sheriff Comrade Parks, they don't just take nothing. The sheriff's Comrade Parks, as we speak right now, even I can give an example. It used to happen in mainland in most cases, you remember very well.
At the mainland office.
At the mainland offices where employees happen to work sitting on top of the card boxes because there is no tables,
there's no
desk, there is no chairs. You must bring your own school chair. Currently, as you speak, 2 weeks ago in East London, Road Accident Fund office, they even went further to the sheriff to attach the server.
Oh my gosh, they attached the server.
The server. That
contains
the most information of the company to the third party.
Oh my word.
And we are not just talking about a company here. We are talking about a state-owned entity, which means we, including the viewers at home, we are the owner of this company.
So the private information of the claimants, which is contained in the server, is now in the hands of an unknown third party.
Exactly.
Because Collins Letsoalo, the CEO of RAF, continues to mismanage the Road Accident Fund.
I don't know which language can I use. It seems like mismanagement.
No swearing.
It seems like mismanagement becomes to be the nice language.
It's too tame.
In fact, you see, when you run a spaza shop, you just do as you please because you are the owner. No one will tell you why are you increasing the price, why are you decreasing the price, why you reduce the price as and when you want people to come and buy. But in this one, the man becomes to be alpha and omega.
So he's running it like it's his personal spaza shop.
Exactly. But there is a board of directors there, which they cannot say anything because it's something you got to be untouchable kind of a person. You can ask myself, in fact, I'm one of the victims.
Collins is untouchable.
I'm one of these victims, if you don't know.
How are you his victim? There
was a meeting with Scopa in October last year, 2023, at the Road Accident Fund offices in Parktown, Joburg.
I think I remember that. Is that when you were locked down?
So when I was supposed to enter the premises where the Scopa was there making the on-site visit, you were already inside.
Yes.
And therefore, he instructed the security to lock the gate, not just to close the gate,
to lock.
to lock the gate with a chain and all those stuff like that until you make a noise.
I was yelling.
Your noise actually
I
make me to enter.
I started yelling at the
Yes.
gates, and the reason I started yelling is because I wanted the
cut the public,
chairperson of Scopa to hear me shouting to say that this company is so dubious,
And you remember,
so
comrade,
dodgy.
you remember,
They're
comrade,
locking, yes,
you
they
remember,
locked people out.
you
They
remember,
locked you out.
you remember,
they wouldn't let me enter.
yes.
They wouldn't let me engage Scopa.
You remember the Scopa head stopped the meeting inside, and they came outside and asked, what is going on?
Yes.
And I said, there is the leadership has been locked out.
Yes.
And therefore, standard actually everything started to unfold accordingly little bit. But
and by the way, this is not the first time that they've locked out. They locked
the very same Scopa,
they locked Scopa
Edmund Lane until the leadership of Scopa phoned the police. And then it's standard actually open. It's not Scopa alone. Our health and safety coordinator, Comrade Victor Haden, also faced the same victim. He became to be the first victim there, where he went to conduct a health and safety investigations. So they realized that it's going to expose the unhealthy environment that actually is happening in mainland road and fund offices. They locked him out, came back, he could not do nothing. But that is how actual things works in this company. But my worry part of it, Comrade Parks, is that victims of the road and fund claims are piling up and up, not being paid to the claimants. And that itself is caused by the fact that right now as we speak, more than 200 claim handlers has been suspended in the road extent fund 2 years ago without a disciplinary hearing. And then the law says that when the employer suspend the employee on a precautionary suspension, is to allow the employer to conduct proper investigation, so that you, as the alleged offender, you don't interfere with the witnesses of the company. But I've never seen this in my life for more than 2 years. But I think this is hard, actually, what is happening in most and all the state-owned companies. Because they don't care, because they are not the taxpayers. The taxpayers actually will pay people for about 200 people sitting at home for over 2 years without providing a service. So some of the people actually, they resign while they are on suspension because their life actually is closed into a solitary confinement. They can't move, they can't do anything because their suspension says that you must be at all available time at your residential area so that as and when the company is looking for that person, they can be able to.
So there's several burning issues. You've got the fact that the company is continuing with this restructuring outside of a lawful process, in terms of what they would be guided by Section 189. And this is important because my understanding is that restructuring they're doing will actually result in job losses because the positions that people are being placed in, if you don't fit a particular profile, you become redundant. Isn't that the case?
We did not just dispute with the company because the union can dispute. We dispute that the criteria to be used by the company that is called culture fit.
Right.
A culture fit by law, it works for a person who is a new applicant. But if you are an old employee working for the company, a culture fit assessment or criteria does not work in your favor. Because if you don't fit in the positions that are available, what does it mean?
It means you're out.
It means you're out.
Yeah.
It means you're out. You have been working for the company for 40 years, but on the basis that the company start to restructure 22nd of February 2024, the commissioner issued the certificate of strike, and he issued together with the picketing rules that actually we were not in agreement, but the commissioner with the powers invested, they issued the default picketing rules. But it's only few things that actually were not in agreement.
Sure. So the action that NUMSA is taking in response to this very provocative attack by the employer is what? What are we doing?
So, Comrade Parks, I'm saying, and I'm still saying that sitting around the table of the management of Rodex and Fund does not help, except that the revolution becomes to be the solution. In the context of the labor, that we don't have any arms. Our arms is to withdraw labor, and therefore we show our dissatisfaction, the grievances to the public, and we believe the public will actually provide support to us.
So we're going on strike.
We are going on strike.
Yeah.
Not just a symbol. We are going on strike, comrade, until such a time that actually our demands are met.
And I think that's reasonable, given the kind of suffering that workers are going through.
And given the fact that we've been engaging with management for so many times.
Absolutely.
Management actually doesn't want to listen to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going on strike, and there's also a march planned. Can you talk to us about the march? What's happening there?
The march, we are marching to the Minister of Transport, the Honorable Cindy Chigunga. We've already been served the letter to the Minister. I think it's 2 weeks ago. We managed to make sure that we must serve the minister on time. They are aware of our visit.
Okay,
so
great.
we will hand over the memorandum.
Great.
Yeah.
No, I think there's no other way. And if you look at the situation, workers have no choice. So on that note, Comrade Seroka, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you very much. I know that I've been alluding you for quite some time, guys, but it was not my willful intention.
No, you are busy.
The manner in which the sectors that actually, in fact, I'm coordinating all the transport sectors, and it becomes difficult to avail themselves. But thank you very much, actually, to have that audience and to give me the time, actually, to conscientize the citizens and the community about the plight of the employees of road taxi and fund that they're facing. Thanks very much, Comrade Parks.
Thank you. Amanda. And on that note, to our viewers, thank you so much for staying with us and watching another episode of Workers' Power. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to click subscribe. Remember, subscribing is free.
It's free.
And we will see you again for another episode of Workers' Power with Parks. Manda,
Comrade Parks.
Remember to follow NUMSA Media on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share to as many people as you know.